Hello, everyone. This is Coach Mel. It's actually just call me Melvy. How are we doing today? I am getting ready to share this live stream with people on my Facebook, and I'm going to open up my TikTok as well. And if I get any viewers, then that's good. Um, let's see. Women fear. There it goes. Okay, share on my Facebook page. And we are live streaming now. And I'm going to pull up my TikTok. Be sure, those of you who do come on, be sure to like, share, and subscribe the page because that'll help me get views, more viewers, more subscribers. Be sure to subscribe to the page because this is, yeah, we really want to make this a live thing. Okay, so that's TikTok. I need to go ahead on and switch that over so I can go live. I'm going to go on a bit about 5 minutes earlier to give people time to. No, it's not going to be that. No general. Normally I do my Saturday journal card reading, but I've been promising. I'm trying to stick to things that I say I'm going to do. And I haven't been sticking to it. But I've gotten better. So I have been sticking to my Saturday card reading or energy readings. And I am now getting ready to start doing commentaries on Wednesdays, topics. So I'm asking everyone to give me some topics that you would like to discuss. One of them I put out there was I had put a post out there on TikTok to tell me what do women get to ask women specifically, what do we want to talk about? What are some of the things women would like to talk about? Never got a response. So one of the questions I put out there in one of my posts is, what do women fear? And I'm not sure if women, I'm not sure. I know we have fears. Everyone does. We all have fears. But my thing is trying to get women to talk about it. So we're starting this commentary now. Hopefully I'll get some joiners. I'm going to put this on my TikTok and go live and just let everybody come in as they need to. And those who do will, and those who don't won't. But you will see the commentary. And my hair looks a hot mess right now because it's poofalized. I have poofalization hair. Those who join on, thank you. Welcome to the Phoenix. What is it? The Holistic Spot. What is my thing called? I haven't been on there so long. But welcome anyway. Thank you for coming on. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share with other women. This is going to be a good topic. and I am going to be talking about what do women fear. I'm going to be sharing some information with you all. I am Coach Melvie from Rebirth Holistic Healing, and let me see something. The healing factor. Thank you. Thank you. The healing factor. Welcome to the healing factor. So, anyway, so normally, okay, I do card readings on energy readings on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Central Eastern Time. Again, I'm going to be dedicating my Wednesday evenings to a short topic, probably about 30 minutes, because usually around 8 o'clock, it's time to wind down and get ready to go to sleep. I'm working on getting more sleep so my body can adjust, because if we don't get enough sleep, it affects us in so many ways. First of all, we can't get enough sleep because we don't get any rest for the next day. Not only that, our cortisol levels, if we don't get enough sleep, it causes so much bloating. Our cortisol, our areas where our stomach is, it bloats out. And, yes, not getting enough sleep has a lot to do with that. It causes stress. So I want to welcome you all here again. I'm on live on my YouTube page, and my YouTube page is the Rebirth. What is my YouTube page? See, this is what happens when you come off of being sick. You're trying to remember everything. But so the YouTube page is Rebirth Holistic Healing, but the podcast is called The Healing Factor. So what is the question tonight? Thank you for coming on. Welcome, 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 all of you on TikTok and YouTube. You can check the playback on YouTube as well if it doesn't stay on TikTok. Hopefully it does. But this is for the ladies, because this is what I service. I work with the ladies. I don't have anything against our men, not a thing at all. But be sure to like, subscribe, share, give me some hearts on TikTok, please. I think they also have hearts on YouTube. I don't know, but I know they have them on Facebook, but I don't have Facebook this time. So what I want to do is say, what is the question tonight? Again, we're going to be on here 30 minutes. I'm a life coach. I'm a counselor. And I have a lot of different healing modalities that I work with Reiki, touch therapy, somatic breath therapy. I do energy readings on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Wednesday night is dedicated to the women, specifically for topics that I would love for you to tell me what type of topics you're interested in hearing. I would love that. So tonight's topic, I put the post out there and asked for someone to give me some topics, and I'll put them out there again for next Wednesday as to what you want to talk about. No one said anything. So the one question that I put out there on TikTok is, what do women fear? So knowing that we do have some fears, and this is what I've noticed about women, we are so used to just trying to be strong and do the right thing and just let life happen. But we have fears. How many of you grew up with fears? You just didn't tell anyone. How many of you grew up with fears and you didn't say anything because you just felt like you couldn't, or because no one was listening, or because your parents told you just shut up and keep it moving, or whatever, something like along those lines, where you ain't got time for that. You didn't have time to fear. You just had to go ahead and keep going. I dealt with that. I understand what fears are. Fear. My number one fear was, first of all, I was a baby. I was the baby. I was the youngest in my family on both sides of siblings. All my siblings were already gone by the time I was being raised. So I want to make sure, thank you. I want to make sure that if you're watching this, please share the live and invite more friends to come on and see this. This is for the ladies, so please share. Thank you so much. And heart me up. I need some hearts so I can get some more likes on here and some more people on here. This is for the women. So the question tonight, this is going to be every Wednesday for women. I I want to say ministry, but at the same time, what it is that I do when I coach and counsel, when I do my life coaching, when I do my counseling, um, it's for women. It's about healing the heart. It's to help women um, from dealing with trauma and neglect and abuse. There are so many women that I've noticed on, especially TikTok, that have, it's telling me to do something. I'm learning how to do this. No, I don't want to do that. Every time I do that, it says swipe right to get more, and I'm like, oh, okay. So anyway, I work with women with dealing with abuse and neglect, who have dealt with trauma, who need a voice. And I noticed there are so many women on TikTok, especially, maybe not all of them, but there's so many who have been through so much and they hurt and they're trying to figure it all out. And they don't have a place to vent. They don't have anyone to talk to. I give a safe space. I am a life coach and I do have programs as well to help you through those places to help you. So my goal is to figure out, why don't we talk? What are we afraid of? Why don't we? Some of us talk. Now, don't get me wrong. They're telling it all. But when it comes to doing it one-on-one, sometimes that's not always easy. When it comes to actually talking to someone who's a coach or a counselor, such as me, they get quiet. But you'll go on social media and just tell it all. Nothing wrong with that. But are you getting the answers that you need? Are you getting the help that you need? So I'm putting it out there so we can all kind of like do it together and I can help you with it together. So I'm putting these questions out there. So if you have some questions, please put the questions out there. What would you like? What topics would you like to hear us talk about? Okay. Be sure to, again, thank you for those who are joining here. And if you too, please do me a favor and please be sure to share the video and invite other women that you know that will be interested in this. And the topic for tonight is, again, this is going to be every Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock, unless something else comes up and I have to change my schedule. Along with Saturday morning, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time energy readings. So the topic for tonight, we're going to be on here until about 8:30 Central Standard Time, which is 9:30 Eastern. The topic for tonight is, what do women fear? Hi, loving grandma. Hi, Joyce. How are you guys doing? Thank you for joining me. If you're still on, thank you. So many people. I see they joined. I see Charlene. I see Debbie. I've seen a lot of people come on here. Let me see. Claudia, Nicole, Denise, Adrienne. If I'm saying it wrong, please. Adrienne, Bailey, Melissa, Star. Is it Jigga? I'm not sure. I'm seeing a lot of names. Okay, let me see. Thank you for the likes. Thank you so much for the likes. I don't see how. Okay, so topic for tonight. Let's get it on. That's not the topic. What do women fear? So, the topic. What do women fear? Tell me what you fear. Let me know. Talk to me and tell me what you fear. Because I really want to know. I really want us to. Also, you can, if the signal is glitchy on TikTok, sometimes it gets like that, unfortunately. You can catch me on my YouTube channel. It's also playing on my YouTube channel live, and my YouTube channel is Rebirth Holistic Healing. I will type that. Can I type in the comments? Somebody, I need a moderator, but it's called Rebirth Holistic Healing, and it's on YouTube, and that's my also page. It's going live as well. So, no comments yet. I'm gonna go ahead on and keep it moving with the topic, and bring up some issues and maybe talk about them. Okay, we'll be here again on to 8:30. It's about 8:05, 8:06 now. So if you have anything you want to say while I'm talking and discussing, please join in on the conversation. I would love to hear from you. There's no right or wrong in this as well. So one of the topics, one of the comments, one of the reasons women deal with fear. So one of the things is fear of being seen. How many of us have that fear of being seen? This is when you try to fade into the background, or rather hide than speak up, or step forward, or insert yourself in situations. So in something like this, I feel like I was like that. I understand it so well. Why? Because I was always that. Okay, so let me just say number one. I was the youngest in my family. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe the page and share with others as well. Give me some hearts if you're in here. I would love it. Also, let me get back to the topic. Okay. I always go left, so y'all just bear with me. Um, fear of being seen. I was always that background child. I did not like being seen. I did not, trust me, I did not like being seen. It was one of those situations where it's like being the youngest, you have all these elder siblings, and they weren't there with me. So I didn't have that camaraderie that most kids have that have brothers and sisters at home. So I was a daddy's girl. I don't have a problem with it. I was the youngest, but being a daddy's girl, and my mom, she passed away when I was 3, and I didn't, there was a lot of things I wasn't privy to. Um, so I was shy in certain ways. I like making friends, but at the same time, I dealt with a lot of bullying because of it. Yes, I dealt with bullying. Now, bullying nowadays is totally different from bullying back in the day. I mean, it was harsh. I ain't gonna lie, because trust me, I remember times I got dragged across the playground. It was not fun, but I survived it. I survived it in elementary school. I survived it in junior high, and I survived it in high school. And then I went to the military. Only God knows why. But back to the topic. I was never really a frontline person. So when I had gifts and things that I could use and talents, I was always shy to use them. I loved to sing when I was a kid. I didn't want to be up front. I was good in the background. I didn't have a problem with it. I think once I finally got a TikTok, a Facebook page, and Facebook started allowing us to be able to go live, that was me coming from behind the background. Now, granted, I did sing in the choir when I was in church, and I was on praise teams. When you're on the praise team, you have no choice but to be in the front, because you just you and maybe 4 others. So I didn't have a choice, but being in the background for me was really, really easy. But because of the call on my life, being a life coach and a counselor, it causes you to have to be up front. You have to learn how to talk, to face people, to deal with those issues. And I think that's one of the things that we have a fear of. We don't want to, we don't want to be in the front. It's easier to just sit back and not be seen. But why do we not want to be seen? That's the question. Who's going to answer it? So, next one, fear of living outside of your comfort zone. That's something that a lot of people have to deal with all the time. Fear of living outside of your comfort zone. It's when you refuse to try something new, or to do anything that causes you to feel uncomfortable or awkward. This is something that I talk about with my clients. And this is it's like being in a bubble effect. If you have this bubble around you, you know what's in that bubble. Nothing can get in that bubble, and you don't have to go out that bubble. And sometimes when we're in those comfort zones, we don't verge out into things unknown because of the unknown. That's the fear. But we also, at the same time, we're asking for better things in life, or we're asking for a better job, or we're asking for a husband, or we're asking, whatever we're asking for to make more money. But if we don't have those things, and how we're going to get them if we're in this bubble, present company included, I straddle the fence when it comes to certain things, because I'm like, well, One minute I want to be single, next minute I'm like, well, it would be nice to be with somebody. So I struggle with coming up out of that comfort zone. I'm telling these things because I want to be relatable. I want you as women to be relatable and understand, because I want you to see that you're not the only one going through this. We all do. We just don't talk about it. It's easy to talk about the negative things with others, but how many of us are willing and ready to open up about what we're dealing with so we can face those things, so we can step out of those comfort zones? It's important. It's really important. Next topic is let's see, what do we fear of failure? That's a good one. Where are we at on time? We got almost 15 minutes, a little bit over. Fear of failure. This is when you avoid any situation, task, or commitment where the uncertainty of success comes into play. You don't try, therefore you can't fail. Again, my hand is raised. I'm just gonna raise my hand. I'm just gonna raise my hand. Because the reason I'm raising my hand on all this, because I remember where I was probably 2000. Let's just start at 2015. It's easy to stand in someone else's limelight or let them guide you along the way, but when it's time for you to step out and do it on your own, it's a bit scary, because you're like, well, what am I supposed to do? And it's not easy to do it, because again, I was that one at home with my dad. I didn't have to do too much. But when you're trying to be an adult, you want those things and no one's around, you have no choice. So you don't want to mess up, and for me, messing up was not an option. It just wasn't an option because of how I was raised. You had to get the A's and B's. Although I didn't get all A's and B's, I ain't even gonna lie. But I didn't receive all the A's and B's, but I did my best. And sometimes, even when you did your best was not good enough. You still were made to feel bad about it. And no one ever took the time out to ask you, okay, well, let's see what you do like. Let's not just put you in the situations where you're gonna fail so we can talk about you. No one ever asked me what I wanted to do. So a lot of my life, I didn't have that choice. Now I do, and I thank God for it. But that was one of my fears of failure. And even in my adult years of life, there are certain things that I wanted to do. I mean, even when I was in the choir, I had a fear of failure, messing up, hitting the wrong note, because it was always such a stressful thing to, it's like, I don't want to do it. It could be things that you like. And all of a sudden, the thing that you like the most you feel like it just got snatched out of your hands, and you don't want to do it anymore. And you hate it now because there's been so much pressure with it to be the best. And it's like, what happened to just enjoying it, so you can be the best? Sometimes you become the best by enjoying it. You don't have that pressure of messing up, that's another thing. So what's another one? The fear of feeling like a fraud. Imposter syndrome. Who knows what that is? My God. So that's what it is. You feel like people are going to look at you like, you playing games. You play too much. So it's when you are convinced you have no idea what you're doing. So you just, as we always say, fake it till you make it. You're sure that eventually everyone will find out. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. Fake it until you make it. So that could either go good or bad, because you're either gonna fake it and then someone's gonna find out you're faking it, or you're gonna fake it till you actually do make it, meaning you are actually trying to learn information to do what it is you really want to do with what it is you're trying to do. Again, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share the page, and also share the page here on TikTok as well with other friends, and be sure to like it as well. And thank you so much for viewing. If I can keep you on here, I'm not sure what's going on with the signal on TikTok, but hopefully I can keep you on. But if not, it's okay. Check me out at my YouTube page, which is Rebirth Holistic Healing, REBIRTH Holistic HOLISTIC Healing HEALING, and you'll find the live there. So faking is you making it. Yeah, why is it this whole list I feel like it's talking about me? I just feel kind of disrespected right now. Anyway, I did a lot of that too. Imposter syndrome, a lot of the things I kind of like skirted on based off of something else. And the older I got, I started trying to find myself in the information and learning more about it from myself, so I can get better. Sometimes and I think it's a good idea to kind of like learn from others, but don't become that other person. Find yourself in the midst of the information that you're learning from someone else. What next? I'm looking at the time as well. So the next fear we're looking at is fear of being unprepared, which means this is when you never feel like something is quite ready. It could always use one more tweak before you show. Oh God, perfectionist if that's not a good one. It could always use one more tweak before you show it to anyone. You never move from novice to expert because you are plagued by self-doubt. That's being a perfectionist. And again, I swear I'm probably going to raise my hand on almost all of them, simply because these are some of the things that even I deal with. So don't think just because you see a therapist or a counselor or whatever that we don't have these issues going on with us. It's there. It's truly there. We might not show it, but it should be there. So being a perfectionist, trying to make sure that it's just right. I can tell you right now, with everything I have on my plate, and it's not a lot, I've pushed back so many things because I became overwhelmed and I didn't know which one to start first. And I felt, and most of them, I questioned myself as to whether or not I'm going to be good enough or it's going to be good enough. Because all it would take is the slightest little something from anyone. And then all of a sudden it's like, instead of me just trusting the process. And that's where we mess up at. We seem to forget to trust the process, because if it was brought to you, then you're going to be able to go through it as well. Another one is fear of rejection. How many of us deal with that unbeknownst? Didn't I tell y'all I'm going to raise my hand a lot of these? Fear of rejection. This is when the fear of hearing no keeps you from trying anything at all. You are more concerned about the possibility of rejection than you are about reaching your highest level of success. This is the one thing I loved about that one movie with Will Smith in it. Something about life. I can't remember the name of it, but I can't remember the name of it, but wait a minute, hold on. What did I just see? Okay. Something about life with Will Smith. Anyway, he was rejected so many times trying to sell that little product, whatever that thing that he had, he was trying to sell. I can't remember, vacuum cleaners or something. And he did not give up, no matter what. He was struggling. He was homeless and everything, trying to take care of his son. And it was the hardest thing in the world to do. Lost his wife. Just crazy. And being told no is not easy, especially when you're trying to get a job, just to get a job, period. Not the kind of job that you really want, but just to get a job to survive. And, you're being told no. Sometimes customer service is so hard. I think customer service might be a little bit easy because at least you're getting the calls and you're doing the work. But when it's on the other side and you have to sell something and you have to prove to everyone else that you are qualified to do this, or that the product that you have is actually truly good, that one no can stop you in your tracks. So getting past that no. And I remember an old saying, something about for every 100 no's you get a yes, or however many no's you get a yes. So you keep going. Don't let the no stop you. Don't let the no keep you from going forward. It doesn't matter how many. You're not looking for. They say no. Okay, thank you, bye. The old saying in a church, shake the dust off your feet. I think that's in the Bible too. Shake the dust off your feet. Keep it moving. You don't have time for it. You just, okay, thank you. It's not for you then. That when you hear that no, just remember, it is not for you. Remember that. That no means it's not for them. It's for somebody else. How many people do we have in this country? How many people do we have in your community? How many people do we have in your state? How many people do we have in the world? So every yes, for every no, there's a yes somewhere. It may seem like there's more no's than yeses, but no, you just haven't found the yeses yet. So let the yeses find you. Keep it moving. Don't stop. Don't give up on yourself. Next one, fear of being wrong. This taps into my area of teaching and counseling and coaching as far as my life coaching. Let me just say really quick before I read what this says. There is no right or wrong. It's only an experience. It's not a right or wrong. In this life, you are, I'm going to keep saying it, and I'm going off a little bit of topic, but I'm just going to say this because this is what it is. You are a spirit having a human experience. So everything that you do in this life, you're having it may, in the human side of it, it may be a right and wrong, but in the spiritual side of it, you are just learning, okay, that's not a good idea to do that. Okay, that was a good idea to do that. That's what you're learning. So there's literally no right or wrong. Anything like that can stop you. So, this is where we have to put ego in its place. Seriously. So what does it say? This is when you don't want to be seen as uninformed or ignorant. You lack confidence, so you refuse to assert your opinion or contribute to your knowledge. Or you lack confidence, so you refuse to assert your opinion or to contribute your knowledge and experience. So now, this is the one thing I want everyone to understand. Every last one of us has some type of knowledge and experience because we've all lived our lives differently. Completely differently. So, with that being said, you have something to contribute to this world. Your experience alone can help someone, anyone, someone that's going through something that you may have gone through. That's your experience. That's your knowledge. It's not to tell them, if I were you, I wouldn't do this because this is what's going to happen. No, this is what you say instead. Well, I don't know what you've been through, but this is what I've been through. Not saying that that's going to happen, but the one thing we don't want to do is change someone's course. We don't want to put them in a fear base based on whatever we experience. But our experiences are good for each other. We learn, because if you share your experience with someone, what happens is they'll keep it in the back of their mind. And who knows, they'll be able to maneuver the situation based on what they remember someone else shared with them, and the outcome could be totally different. So if we come at them like that, instead of saying this is what you shouldn't do because a lot more people will be open to that. So what else? I think we have 5 more minutes. Excuse me. And then I'm going to go ahead on and let you guys go, but I'm just going to go down the list. And hopefully those of you who see the replay, you'll like it and you'll share it and give me some more topics that we can talk about. for next Wednesday. But I know you guys got to get used to me being on here first. So that's why I don't have a problem with it. Let me see. What are the other ones? I'm going to go down the list really quick. Redeem your promote coupons and get more viewers. What promote coupons? I don't even see them. See, this is why I need to learn how to do this. Okay, next ones. Really quick. Fear of being ridiculed. Fear of not knowing enough. Fear of sounding stupid. Fear of success. How many have had to deal with that one? Fear of success. That's crazy. While it may sound counterintuitive, many women are afraid of success. Success requires you to be seen, for you to speak your mind, and more. Fear of others' expectations, letting people down, and letting yourself down is what fuels this fear. So when you become successful, you become more accountable. And a lot of people aren't ready to do that. A lot of people aren't ready to become accountable. They want the success, but they want to do it in the background. And that's another one of the fears, fear of being seen. So how do you do those two? Sometimes you can. Sometimes you can, but sometimes you can't. What is another one? Fear of speaking your truth. Hand raised. Because I was bullied growing up. Speaking my truth wasn't easy because unfortunately, people feel like their way is right way because whatever they went through, it was right. And then so you'll speak your mind and you'll say, well, no, I feel like it's this way. And instead of us communicating correctly and saying, okay, that's what you experienced, this is not what I experienced, or we have a way of saying, well, no, that's right and that's wrong. And this is what starts the fight. So in my case, I was just scared to talk up, period, because people felt like my voice didn't need to be heard, or for whatever reasons, it was crazy. You couldn't speak your truth without either getting in trouble at home, being told you're talking back, being fast. Why weren't we able to? We weren't able to speak our truth as kids. Why weren't we? That's crazy. This is when you are certain about a visceral truth. You know something in your hearts, and you know it to be true, yet you hold back your words anyway, because people get offended fast. So we don't say anything because we're trying to keep the peace. But sometimes your voice may need to be heard. Women often yearn to speak their authentic opinions, but go along with corporate norms for fear of backlash. I know some people that had to deal with that. Fear of standing in your power. This one is huge. It's huge. This is a combination of all the other fears combined. Everything I just listed. It embodies a reluctance to honor your space in the world. You are important, like I told you before, and it's a refusal to acknowledge your core values and your right to have a voice. With everything else that I talked about as far as fears, you have a right to stand in your power. You have a right to speak your truth. You have a right to success. You have a right to know what you know. You know what I'm saying? You have a right. So fear is fake. It's just fake. It just is. You have a right to speak your mind. You have a right to share your knowledge because you're just as important as anyone else. Seriously. So that's what I really want to share with everyone. We're at the 30-minute mark. I thank you for joining. If you did, I hope you listened to the replay. I hope it was interesting. And again, I'll be here every Wednesday sharing topics, and it's gonna get deep. And I'm dedicated. I'm making myself accountable to share about topics that a lot of people have no clue about, and also topics that you want to hear about. So please, if you are interested, please DM me and share any topics that you're interested in, and I'll pull those up because I think these are some things that we need to talk about. I am Coach Reverend Melvina Ford. I just go by Coach Mel. I'm a holistic metaphysical life coach and healer, and I am a certified life coach for achieve. I'm sorry, empower, achieve, succeed, and I do a lot of different modalities with Reiki and healings and art therapy and touch therapy and breathwork therapy and just trying to help empower women that have been dealing with or have dealt with abuse and neglect and traumas and triggers, and to help them come out of their comfort zones, so they can become empowered and they won't have to live in fear or fear of rejection or fear of being ridiculed. Again, you can see this playback again on my Facebook page, which is Rebirth Holistic Healing. And I would love for you to join me again next week, same time, 8 p.m. allergies, Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to DM me, send me those topics. Saturday coming up at 10 a.m. will be our next energy reading. I'll see you there live here on TikTok as well and on YouTube. Until then, everyone have a wonderful evening. Today is Women Crush It Wednesday. And whatever you've done, I hope you crushed it, ladies. Talk to you later. Bye. Okay, it's not going to let me go. There it is. See the commentary. And my hair looks a hot mess right now because it's poofalized. I have poofalization hair. Those who join on, thank you. Welcome to the Phoenix. What is it? The holistic spot? What is that thing called? I haven't been in there so long. Welcome anyway. Thank you for coming on. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share with other women. This is going to be a good topic. And I am going to talk about what do women fear. I'm going to be sharing some information with you all. I am Coach Melvin from Rebirth Holistic Healing. And let me see something. The healing factor. Thank you. Thank you. The healing. It froze up on me. It just. Oh, I keep doing this. I do it every time on my lives. I take one off and I'm still talking on the other one. So you probably sitting there like, what in the world is wrong with her? You can tell I'm not used to doing this. Normally I'm on my live stream. But again, so please share your topics that you would like to discuss on here every Wednesday for women. And I will be on here next Wednesday, 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys pray for my health because my allergies are all wonky right now and I'm getting stuffy. But I'll be okay. And I'll see you guys on next Wednesday. I'll take care and talk to you later. Bye-bye. And can you see he's not playing?